By the way, was it Graham Parsons that told you about the first? In that interview, I also saw. Did he come and tell you about the first Birds album? Because obviously, eventually, Sweethearts of the Rodeo, he was.
What happened? I was working up at Pratt & Whitney Aircraft after that first little band that Stephen and I were in, the Go-Go Singers. And I, when that broke up, it kind of put okay, now what? I just don't know what I want to do. I had a girlfriend. I thought, well, look, she lives up there in Massachusetts, really close to Connecticut. I'll go up there and work, maybe stay with them. And so one of the girls that was in the Go-Go Singers was the family that I lived with, and it was her sister. But Graham, who lived across the street from me, on Thompson Street, he came up with the Byrds' first record in hand, and he said, "You got to hear this." And that's when it was like, "Oh my, man! I got to get a hold of Stephen. I got to find out what he's doing." I know he had already left New York. He was on his way to California, and so. But when I heard that first Byrds record, when Graham brought that up, I mean, "Sweetheart of the Rodeo" was still down the road a little bit, but when I heard that first record, man, it was like, oh my goodness, here we are hearing Dylan, man, with electric music and this and that and the other, and it's like, wow, man, and harmonies. And little did I know how integral a part David Crosby and Chris Hillman would actually play in Buffalo Springfield early days, getting us the job at the Whiskey A Go-Go, actually going on tour, doing several shows with them in the Southern California area. Little did I know that these guys, man, that Graham brought this record, that they would become our friends. And that's the way the community was. That's how the community was in Los Angeles at the time. I mean, it was like, it was awesome.
Someone had said something in the last interview. We cut it up in pieces, then we put the whole thing up on another channel. Went really well, did really well. But someone had said something, and I knew I'd talk to you again. He said, that guy's got real smile in his eyes. And I went, well, that's so nice.
Wow. I'll take that as a compliment.
And you know what he said? He's happy to be here. He says he seems like I said, you know what? You don't always get that with meeting your heroes. But I thought that was like an ultimate compliment of who you are as a human being,
Well, thank you very much. And whoever it was, I thank them too. And I am happy to be here. I know that, I've chosen the lifestyle that I wanted to do. And I actually dropped out of music for a number of years, before I started really making more music. And the fact that today, there are still people that will come out. They want to see my shows. I just talked to David Stone promoting the SoPac show this Sunday coming up. And, it's virtually sold out. It's not a big theater, but it's almost 500 seats, and it's sold out. And people, the fact that people want to still come out and hear me perform and sing my history, and it's kind of cool because the history is still continuing. I mean, some of it hasn't even been released yet. So it's pretty humbling, but I'm happy and I'm thankful that people appreciate, what I've been able to do.
Yeah. Well, I always say if I wasn't doing what I'm doing, I wouldn't feel the same way. And I certainly probably wouldn't look the same way, because you got to fill your cup, man.
Yeah.
And I know you have multiple ways that we've talked about your spirituality and your relationship with God a lot. And a lot of people really appreciated that. Even the people who weren't Christians had said that, well, thanks you for asking something that would. I said, well, what do you mean? It's a big part of his life. How could I not ask that?
Yeah. Well, and I try. I want people to know that when I do concerts, I'm not there to proselytize. I'm not there to, hey, you better believe and think the way I do, or man, your life's in trouble. That's not it. But I am sharing my life, so I will let people know. Listen, I love playing the music for you. I love playing Buffalo Springfield. I love playing Poco. I love playing Southern Human Fury. I love playing my solo music. But I want to tell you that the reason that I'm here is because God has given me a special gift to be able to share with you. And I just want, and then I'll play maybe a little worship song that I wrote years and years ago. And usually it's a song called "Wake Up My Soul." And it's non-threatening. It's bluegrass, and people can grab onto it. And
what's that song mean to you? What's that song mean to you when you play that?
Well, "Wake Up My Soul" is like it was from the Psalms. And David was basically, just really speaking about, just wake my soul up to the things that you have given me, Lord, and be thankful for that. And that's what I want to convey to the people. I'm thankful for what God has given me, that I'm still here, you're out there, and we can share this moment together.